Hello, my name is Timothy Lee Rogers Sr., and I'm the creator of the Smart Money Manuscript. But Tim, what is the Smart Money Manuscript? The Smart Money Manuscript is your roadmap to financial freedom. Inside this powerful course designed to transform your financial future, I've meticulously condensed over 1,000 of my public YouTube videos into 40 highly efficient lessons that span just 2.5 hours. This course is strategically designed into 4 phases to help guide your learning in the most logical and effective way possible. Phase 1 lays the groundwork, covering essential financial literacy like budgeting, banking, and taxes. In phase 2, you'll move beyond the basics, learning about brokerage accounts, figuring out how much you need for your own individual retirement. You learn about how to do fundamental research on companies, and you'll also learn how to conduct technical analysis by looking at stock charts. Phase 3 empowers you to build a robust portfolio and leverage your capital using advanced techniques like options and futures, and it also teaches you the importance of backtesting your strategies. Finally, phase 4 takes a deep dive into the advanced ICT concepts, giving you a professional edge. Each lesson includes a short quiz to help solidify your understanding. By the end of this journey, you'll have the confidence and tool that you need to make intelligent investing decisions, manage your money without fear or ambiguity. So if you want to be a long-term buy and hold investor, if you want to be a swing trader, if you want to be a day trader, if you want to trade stocks, if you want to trade options, if you want to trade futures, the Smart Money Manuscript is for you for $69.99. Yes, $69.99 for all of this here. Good evening, everybody. How y'all doing? How you doing? Come on in. How you doing? Share this with a friend. Yeah. Share this. What's going on, everybody, man? Y'all file on in, single file. Act right, straight to hit learning shelf. You line leader again today. We're gonna take everybody to the cafeteria. We're gonna get some lunch, then we're gonna come on back and we're gonna finish up our lesson. All right, go ahead, file on out, then file on back in. What's going on, man? Y'all give yourself a round of applause for looking good as usual. I'm looking out there, I see all of y'all, you know. I see, wait a minute, what's this, Wednesday? Is today Wednesday? Oh, that's why I see so many church hats out there. I'm trying to figure out why I seen so many church hats out there. A few of y'all on y'all way to Bible study with your church hat on. you supposed to wear your church hat on Sunday. Don't be blocking nobody's view during Bible study. Now you can't be coming up in there with the crown all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all give it up for him learning Shell for being voted line leader once again. Line leader of the month. Shout out line leader of the month, y'all. Hey man, if you don't know who I am, my name is Timothy Lee Rogers Sr. Shout out my brother. My brother went out to Cali. He went out to Cali to Destination Destination Smokehouse. This was before Walt left. Matter of fact, I think this might have been the last weekend that Walt was there, right? Nobody knew that, you know, something was brewing underneath the surface, but he went out, him and his wife flew out to Cali. I think they flew out there just to go to Destination Smokehouse, but they went out to Cali. They went to Destination Smokehouse and got me the Tendenism shirt. I know I make my own shirts. I be making a lot of shirts myself, but this an actual shirt that came from Destination Smokehouse. You know what I'm saying? He got a chance to take pictures with Walt and all of that. And that was like the last weekend that Walt was there, because like a week after my brother got back, that's when everything hit the internet that Walt was leaving and the Destination Smokehouse was using him. I'm like, I don't think nobody can use an OG. To be honest with you, I don't think nobody can use an OG, but that ain't why y'all tuned in, man. If this is your first time tuning in to Tim's Tidbits, let me say welcome. But if it's not your first time tuning in to Tim's Tidbit, I still want to say welcome. But I want to give you a nice hearty, well, thank you for always tuning in to Tim's Tidbits. If you don't know who I am, my name is Timothy Lee Rogers Sr., a.k.a. Aranya Grande. That just means big spot if you know how to blow Espanol. And you are in tune to another episode of the Intraday Price Action Recap. Yeah, man. And yes. This episode of the Price Action Recap commercials. Oh man, see, that's why I pay for YouTube Premium. Cause I ain't got time for no commercials. I pay for YouTube Premium. I can't. And then they sent me an email telling me your YouTube Premium is going up. It's no longer going to be $29.99 a month. It's going to be $34.99. Come on, man. Stop playing with me, man. How YouTube Premium going up? How is that going up? You know what I'm saying? I'm just paying so that I don't get no commercials. And these other little benefits you say that I can do, I don't use them. I don't even know what. They be like, oh, these are your benefits of YouTube Premium. I don't even use them. I just don't want commercials. And you're increasing the price to not show me commercials? Come on, man. Come on. Say good. Anyway, yes. Intraday price action recap, man. This episode of the Intraday Price Action Recap and every Tim's Tidbit production, live stream, video, whatever it is on my channel is being brought to you by the magical Fibonacci tool. Trading secrets that feel illegal to know. Yeah, man. Yes. That's right. The link will be available very soon for the magical Fibonacci tool. If you are a pro-level sprinter, you can get it for the low price of $99. What do you get? You get the educational videos. Now, let me tell you, you need to understand the ICT concepts for this to be extremely effective for you. All right? So go and study my Art of Reading Price Action playlist. It'll get you there. Art of Reading Price Action playlist is up there for free. It'll get you there. If you one of those people who want a little bit deeper dive, right? You can get into the Pace Labs, right? Where we get you conditioned. What do you get in the Pace Labs? You get a chance to sit down with me, right? The first week of June, right? Get a chance to sit down with me for that first week of June to go through each one of the videos. We meet each night for the first week of June, and we're going to go through each one of the videos, and I'm going to, add additional commentary where I see a need may be, and you will be able to ask me questions directly, right? And the only thing you get to keep is the course videos. You don't get a chance to keep the recordings of the nightly meeting. You just get a chance to be there with me. All right? You get a chance to be there with me. Now, if you have some way of recording your screen, hey, I advise you do that. All right? But if you want the full mentorship experience, you can go there and purchase the Pace Setters cohort. We're gonna get your heart right there. We're gonna get your pace right there. Not only do you get a chance to partake in that first week of June, the 1st through the 5th, right? You get a chance to partake in that, but you get an additional week, right? The 8th through the 12th, where we get together and I show you how to implement. We get together every night and I show you how to implement it on the charts exactly. Not only do we get a chance to go through the material with me and ask your questions, you get a chance to meet with me every night and I show you how to implement it on the charts, and you can ask your questions, and you get to keep all of the recorded sessions from the first week and the second week, and of course the course material. That is the magical Fibonacci tree. Trading secrets that feel illegal to know. Yeah, man. I'll be dropping a link soon. Yeah, it is too much. Yeah, I get sick of paying that. Well, now it's what's the name? Gang. Am I sharing my sound inside Zoom? Can y'all hear what's going on inside Zoom?
Yeah.
Not
Can
my.
hear your sound effects.
Yeah, you hear everything. Like you hear like the video and the all of that. My
Yeah.
brother said he said, you know your spider when Jordans, but when he walking up the alley, it sound like he got on hard bottom shoes. I said that AI to put that boy in some 1952 slipping slides, man. Y'all probably ain't never paid that no attention. Listen to it. Watch this here. Listen to it.
I like the hear him walking.
That's what I'm saying, but it don't sound like he got on Jordans. It sound like he got on some church shoes. Listen to him now. Watch when he be walking on that cobblestone. Listen to it. Those the hardest bottoms on some Jordans.
Or he stepped on a rock, got in his tread, and you hear that sound.
That must sound like he walking on gravel or something. Hey man, y'all know. He learned this shit. I said, I never thought about that. Leave it up to my brother to point it out. When I first heard, that's the first thing I noticed, because I used to be a video editor, right? TLR video and photography. That was what I was doing, right? That was going to be my exit plan from the rat race of the 9 to 5 until I learned how to trade, right? Once I learned how to trade, then trading replaced TLR video and photography, right? Have I ever told y'all the story? I know gang know it, right? But for the new people around here, I see some new people out there. Shout out Wild Deuces, shout out Shatter, right? They ain't been tapping in that long that I know of. So I share a quick who am I, right? Because a lot of people, they be like, hey, I want to go full-time trading, or hey, what is it, when did you become consistently profitable, or hey, this, right? How much money do I need to save if I want to be a full-time people have questions, right? So my name, like y'all know, I'm Tim, right? I started trading in 2020, right? I was at my job. It was March 2020, right? March 2020, I was sitting there, I'm like, man, I'm finna start doing this stock market thing that I was telling I was telling my brother and my cousin about this, man, when Timothy was like 2-3 years old, man. You know what I'm saying? He was born in 07, right? This was 2020, right? I was like, man, Timothy was like 2-3 years old when I was talking to Lump and Cuz about the stock market, right? And I was like, man, I'm finna go ahead and do this. Unbeknownst to me, this was like the perfect time to be buying anything, cause that was right around the crash. I was totally oblivious to everything crashing, cause I wasn't watching the markets at that time, right? So fast forward to like the summer. This was March 2020. Fast forward to the summer, I came across I was looking at EYL videos at this time, right? It was two young men, Troy and Rashad. I was looking at their videos, right? I saw a young man on there named Wall Street Trapper, right? it made. What's up, son? How was work? Y'all hold on. Okay, so it made sense to me because I don't I don't try to glorify being from the hood or being in the streets, but hey, I was a young black man in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Certain things happen when you're a young black man in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. All right, so he resonated with me. I understood him. You know what I'm saying? He spoke a language I can understand. Started watching Trap, right? Looking at Trap, looking at EYL, I noticed, it was somebody everybody used to call the Dark Knight, always super chatting in the comments, always super chatting. Everybody called him the Dark Knight, right? Fast forward, probably about a month later, I oopsed up on the Come Up series. Come to find out, the person that was super chatting in EYL comments, everybody was calling the Dark Knight. That was actually Mark Monroe from the Come Up series, right? So I started watching the Come Up series, right? And while I was watching the Come Up series, I was my financial advisor. He put me onto Tasty Trades because the Come Up series would talk about options. I asked my financial advisor if he knew anything about options. He told me to check out Tasty Trades. He liked them the best out of options. Tasty Trade gave me a very solid foundation of what options are. They are more premium sellers over there instead of option buyers. So the premium selling part of it didn't really resonate with me. Partly because either you need to have a lot of money to buy a lot of shares, or you have to do it with like a margin account, and I'm not big on using margin accounts and stuff like that, borrowing money to go into positions. I'm not big on that. Right? So started fast forward to like the end of 2020, right? And Kiki was on the Come Up series, and she was talking about somebody named Jada Trader who had, a course on options. I mean, on futures. So I bought Jada Trader's course late 2020, right? I was trading options, bought Jada Trader's course late 2020. Early 2021, I was like, okay, I'm gonna take this futures trading serious, right? I was like, I'm gonna take it serious. I bought the course in like October, right? And then in like January, I was like, I'm taking this course serious, right? I'm taking it serious. I had been studying and stuff like that, but I was like, I'm taking it serious. Then fast forward to April 2021, that's when I retired, right? Now, that's why I want to stop it. Because for everybody out there who knows that I'm a full-time trader, the first thing you think, oh, he got serious in January and he retired April 30th. No. Remember, I told you I was doing TLR video and photography. So I was supposed to retire January 2021. My wife and I already had a plan for me to stop working January 2021. I just kept kicking the can down the road because hold on. All right. Where was I? Oh, me and my wife already had the plan for me to retire, leave my job January 2021. But I kept kicking the can down the road because I was like, man, can TLR really sustain what we got going on? You know what I'm saying? Am I booking enough weddings? Am I really, you know what I'm saying? Do I really want to do this? I love doing it. I love making people happy. You know what I'm saying? I love even sharing. I used to do like free workshops at the library, teaching people how to do photography and videography and stuff like that. I've always been a person who want to help a lot of people, right? And I be trying to help them, you know what I'm saying, as reasonably priced or free even, you know what I'm saying. And so that was we had our plan already, right? We were saving money, stacking money. The plan was for me to walk away January 2021. So that plan was already in place before I even got like consistently profitable. You know what I'm saying? You know, once you learn and understand what you're supposed to do, you can be a decent trader, but you have to get out of your own way, right? To stay consistently profitable. Meaning you can't keep spiraling, have, you know what I'm saying, okay good days and horrible bad days, right? You got to get out of your own way, right? So going through, and now I'm seeing, like, matter of fact, we were in Vegas one time getting ready to go to the Grand Canyon, and this when I was still working, and I was in there trading from my laptop, and I was spiraling. I was like yelling, "Come on, Tim!" Spiraling, going crazy. "Why are you doing this, Tim? Stop it! Just walk away!" And my wife came, when I finally just, I'd have lost so much, I couldn't take it no more. Slammed the laptop closed. My wife came in there. She said, "You have to find something else to do if you can't do no better than that." Cause she was like, "That's just ridiculous." I was still working at this time. And so when she said that, I was thinking to myself, you know what, you're right. That I wasn't telling her this, you know, but in my head I was thinking, you know what, because I was too mad to tell her this at the time, right? Because I was, I'm like, you just gonna kick a dog when he down, you know what I'm saying? And so, by the time April got here, right, I was a lot better by the time April got here, and it was already in place that I was gonna retire on April 30th. Y'all know I got to do a grand thing about everything, so I used to work from 8 to 4:30, right? So I was going to retire on April 30th, which is 4:30 at 4:30, right? So on 4:30 at 4:30, I'm done for good, right? So that's where the April 30th came from, right? After I was kicking the can down the road from January 1st, 2021, right? Once I, you know, was like, you know what, right? So I retired April 30th, and you know, by this time I was still in the bond bullets at this time, right? Back then the bond bullets was supposed to be like a lifetime thing. You was always supposed to be in the bond bullets, right? And I retired in the trade room, you know what I'm saying, because it was a lifetime thing. And lo and behold, April 30th was the last day that I was ever in the bond bullets trade room, because a new version of the bun bullies with a total different name was launched, and this one was like a monthly subscription version of the trade room. So if you wanted to continue to be in the trade room, you had to do this monthly subscription version. You didn't get to be in the trade room based off of just buying that course anymore, because that course didn't exist no more. No shot at nobody, because you know, me and Jason, I consider us to be friends. You know, we've talked offline, communicated before he moved out west, wherever he moved to. We talked online, we communicated. We don't communicate as much as we used to, but you know, so no shade at anybody, but I'll be lying if I said I didn't feel slighted by that, just like a lot of the other bun bullies, right? So looking for a new community, I joined Stocks to Freedom with Kiki, right? Joined Stocks to Freedom with Kiki, and while I was in Stocks to Freedom, you know, I started to realize, man, I can do this. I'm all right at this. So I told my wife, I said, hey, don't take no more business for TLR. I had one more wedding to do that summer. It was in South Carolina, right? I had one more wedding to do that summer. It was in South Carolina, and we did that wedding. It was for, matter of fact, it was for a female that I used to go to church with. When she was stationed here, she's in the military. When she was stationed here, we used to go to church together, and she had moved away, and we went up to, she brought us up to South Carolina. We did her wedding in Myrtle Beach, because that was like the middle ground for her family and his family. So everybody met in the middle. So that's how we ended. That was the last wedding that I shot. And then no more TLR. I fully retired from everything, and it hasn't always been like smooth selling since then. You know what I'm saying? I've done a lot of dumb things since then. But once I started the gang, right? Matter of fact, before I started the gang, I was doing like Zoom sessions with family and friends. And then I started doing live streams on Instagram. I was doing them on Instagram. And then Instagram started pissing me off with all of the fake accounts and bots and trying to scam people. And then I started doing it exclusively on YouTube. And then I think it was 2023, January 2023 is when I launched the gang. I launched the Discord in January 2023, and the rest is history, right? The rest is history. So that's me, man. That's how. But out of everything that I just said, the one thing I want everybody to remember is have a plan. Because when you're trading in your lights, mortgage or rent, car payments, grocery bills, it's all resting on the outcome of you clicking that button. You tend to trade from a vantage point of desperation. The losses hit a lot harder when your rent is relying on the click of that button. Now, if your rent is not relying on the click of that button, then you can trade from a vantage of, this is my analysis, this is my strategy, this is my risk, execute. Because you're not worried about, I just took that loss, I gotta make this money. I just took that loss, I gotta make this money. Right? You want to be able to trade without any worry of if the light's gonna stay on. Right? until you get into a flow where your income is consistent. Because if you're not in a flow where your income is consistent from trading, you're always going to trade from an angle of desperation. And when you trade from an angle of desperation, that's when you make mistakes. That's when you spiral. That's when you do stupid things, right? If you're trying to rush to get rich, that's when you make mistakes. That's when you spiral. That's when you do stupid things. You want to be able to trade, take your time, get your strategy, know that your strategy is effective, and trade without any care about if I win or if I lose. Because caring about if you win is just as dangerous as caring about if you lose. If you're super happy when you win, you're going to constantly be chasing that dopamine high. You want your significant other to come home and not be able to tell if you won or lost that day, if you was green or red. If you're red and your significant other know you had a losing trading day, you're too emotional. If you was green and your significant other know you had a great trading day, you're too emotional. Right? I appreciate y'all for listening to me, man. Somebody said, I have been around the whole time, but some of the details are new to me. Hey, man, opening up the book, man. Opening up the book. Hey, the price do anything that caught you off guard today? Who we got up in here? Y'all drop something in the chat so I can see who in here. I already shouted out Wild Deuces. I already shouted out Shatter. What's going on in here? Learn and share. What's going on, light skinned Deborah? What's going on with Rhonda Green? What's going on, Seawalk? What's going on, Steve? I wish y'all could, like, when I share my screen, it doesn't. Wait a minute. Maybe it do it on this right here. I know. Can y'all see when I share my screen on Zoom? Y'all can't see the Zoom screen, but I think y'all can see the Zoom screen on with yes. Y'all can see the Zoom screen. Y'all see what I be dealing with? Y'all see how light skinned Deborah and Rhonda staring at me? That's what I deal with. When I be sitting up here, trying to, like, Deborah, she ain't looking directly into the camera. So if I'm not, unless I'm looking at it, right, when I'm not just looking at it, it feel like she looking at me. But when I actually look, I can see she ain't looking at me. But Rhonda,
I am looking at you.
But Rhonda, she looking directly in the camera. That's why we can't hear you. See though?
I'm gonna come off and look directly at you. With my eye all up in the camera.
Wait a minute. Back up. Get off me. But that's what I be dealing with. I be trying to talk and it's just staring at me. And I'm glad Yolanda here, because Yolanda used to be in there twice and she be staring at me twice. I'm like, come on, just stop staring at me. All right, man. Did price do anything today that caught you off guard? Now that I have officially separated the wheat from the tare, y'all give it up for yourself, because y'all the true blue gang. And y'all still in here hanging out with me, and we about to look at the Charty Tarts, all right? Did price do anything today that caught you off guard, right? Was you expecting price to drop and it took off to the upside? Did you expect price to take off to the upside and it dropped? Did you expect price to trend and it just stayed in a consolidation pattern, right? Did price do anything that caught you off guard today? If it did, raise your hand and be like, Tim, will you look at this right here and explain to me or help me understand what I missed? And I'll say, sure. Let's go figure it out. All right. Now, let's go ahead and turn your attention over there to the Charty Tarts. All right. And we're going to look at this daily time frame. Do anybody see where we are? Right. Today, this right here is Wednesday's trading right there. That's Tuesday's trading. That's Monday's trading. Now, we didn't do a price action recap yesterday, but on Monday, right? Right here, Monday, that day right there, what did we say price was doing? We said price was doing what? After we had come up to that 2 standard deviations, that anticipatory reactionary point based off of our projection from the manipulation leg down here and projecting up, we said we had come into 2 standard deviations, and once we had reached that anticipatory reactionary point, we said price had started to do something. What did we say price had started to do? Huh? There you go. Here to learn, the chef said, sliding to the right. Sliding to the right. I'll give it up for here to learn the shit. Right? Once we had hit that 2 standard deviation, price was just consolidating. Right? We said that price was just consolidating, and we said this was normal. Whenever we come to Picasso's house, aka the draw on liquidity, right? Tim, what do you mean a draw on liquidity? There's nothing over here for me to look at. but you're wrong. If you've been tuned in for any amount of time, you know that after we dropped down and traded into that liquidity pool down there at 23,025 and a quarter, right? We said that was the manipulation move. That was our downside draw on liquidity because the price, the algo was in a buy program, and we said we wanted to see it engage sell side before making a move toward the buy side. And once we got our confirmation that that was the manipulation, that was the smart money reversal, right? We identified our manipulation leg, right? And we used our magical Fibonacci tool to give us some projections of how far that manipulation leg could, it didn't get on there like I wanted it to. Sorry, y'all. Give me a line. We want to see how far this manipulation leg could swing. How far could it swing? Right? Michael tells you, think about the point of origin as a fulcrum point, right? And think about the price leg as a door on a hinge. And how far will it swing? Right? And how do you determine how far it can swing? Right? By using the magical Fibonacci tool and breaking it down into half standard deviation segments. That I'm looking for words, right? Right? Anybody who wants to know how the fib is set, you don't have to go all the way to -11 like I did, right? But it's half standard deviations, right? You got your 0, your 1, right? Those are your high and lows, right? The 0 is the high, the 1 is the low, okay? And then you put in negative half standard deviations, -0.5, -1, -1.5, -2, -2.5, -3, right? You don't have to go all the way up to 11. I just did that because sometimes I use it on lower time frames, and on lower time frames, it will expand outside of that normal 2 standard deviation move that we like to see price doing, right? That's why I got it going so far. All right. Now, these deviation lines, these are anticipatory reactionary points, right? How do you determine how far it will go, right? You never know how far it's going to go. You never know how far they're going to push it, right? So whenever you interact with one of these anticipatory reactionary points, you want to see certain signatures. Is it going to continue? Is it going to reverse? Is it going to retrace? Is it going to not retrace? You're looking for signatures, right? And then you think about, hey, what does price do at certain levels? We know that price tends to consolidate at an area of fair value, right? It tends to consolidate at an area of fair value, meaning like halfway to something, right? So if we notice here at our high and our low of our manipulation leg, right? We notice right here at 1 standard deviation, mean a full measured move of this manipulation leg. So when this manipulation leg actually gave you a full swing, just one that's the same size, right? From here, right? Because if I take this here, right, then I copy this, right? I wish I could, and I put it there. You see that there? Same size, right? Same size. 1 standard deviation, okay? Right? The same. Once it made that 1 standard deviation, what do you notice about that? When it got there, what's the difference between this 1 standard deviation, right? This half of a deviation and this 1.5 deviation. What did price do different here that it didn't do here or there, right? When price got here, it started to consolidate for a while on this daily time frame, right? Yeah, when we hit this here, right, we had a little down day, but we just continued on, right? Price consolidated right there at that 1 standard deviation, right? So if price tends to consolidate at a halfway point, right? If you take your magical Fibonacci tool, right? Let's get us a Fibonacci tool, right? And we're gonna put this on, right? Just our halfway. We just want to see the halfway point, right? Of something. Let's fatten this up some so we can see it good. All right. So if we take our Fibonacci tool and put it on the high of our range, right? And then, because this is where we came from, right? And we stretch up and we put our Fibonacci tool right there in the center of that consolidation right there, right? Us in the gang, we call this the Timonucci. Why do we call it the Timonucci, right? Because we understand that the algorithm will tend to consolidate at a place of fair value, right? So if we're coming from this area here, right, to there, right? In actuality, you know what I'm saying, we would do it from this low right here. We will actually come, because this is the low where we took off from, so we do it from the low. But in this case here, we're talking about our overall thing. So we know that this right here was 1 standard deviation right there, right? But if we just put it at the center of that consolidation, we can say price should come at least to right there. That's what price should come to, at least, because this area is consolidating. So this is an area that it finds a fair value. So we should be able to reach at least into there, right? Now, if we take this and put it right there, right, at that 1 standard deviation point there, right, we can see that we're right up here, and we turn back on our projections. You can see it's right there on that 2 standard deviation, right? And why is that? Because 1 standard deviation is a full measured move of this, right? So if you double that move, right, that'll put you at that 2 standard deviations. So 1 is half of 2, right? So if 1 is half of 2, that means that that 1 standard deviation was showing you at this time that this was at least the halfway point of how far this leg was going to swing up, right there, and it was right there in your face the whole time, and you didn't pay it any attention. But from now on, you will see it forever, ever, ever in a day. Amen.
Let him cook! I said let him cook!
Y'all do me a favor, hit a like for the algorithm, and subscribe to the channel if you ain't subscribed. Is there anybody that's confused about anything that I just said? Forever and ever and ever and ever, amen. Yes, we are still just consolidating up there in that range, right? Price has not shown us that it's willing to leave this range that we're in. So, as a intraday trader, it would behoove you to understand how to trade ranges, right? Understand how to trade ranges. If you don't understand how to trade ranges, then I would advise you to look into, what is it called? IPTA, price delivery, on my Art of Reading Price Action playlist. IPTA price delivery. It tells you the different PD arrays that are connected to the different market conditions, right? Expansion is connected to order blocks. Consolidation is connected to equilibrium or fair value. Reversals are connected to liquidity pools. Retracements are connected to gaps, right? So if you know what the different market conditions are connected to, then you know, okay, this is what I need to be looking for, right? Because when we're in a high resistance condition, what are we looking for, right? Somebody tell me, what are we looking for in high resistance conditions? We're looking for price to do what? We're looking for price to do what?
Deep retracements.
Deep retracements, but deep retracements to what? We're looking for
Order blocks.
Deep retracements. And we said that retracements, right? We got retracements. They're coming back to an area of fair value, but that retracement is what? A type of expansion, right? So if we're looking for deep retracements, we're looking for price to expand all the way back to that order block, right? And if it's coming back to that order block, right, then we know we can drop down to a lower time frame and start looking for the imbalances that we're working. Or we can flip it over and say, if we're going to retrace to a higher time frame imbalance, then I can drop to a lower time frame and look for a order block that it's expanding to, right? You can understand how to work the different market conditions together, right? Because a retracement, a reversal, they are all expansions, right? They're all expansions. So if price is going to reverse, right, you're expecting price to reverse, right? If you're looking for a reversal, you're going to see the price expand, right, or retrace to a fair value gap, right? If it's retracing to a discount fair value gap, you're looking to buy off of that discount fair value gap, right? So price is retracing into a discount fair value gap, right? but you're looking for it to reverse after hitting that discount fair value gap. So when it comes to that discount fair value gap, what do? You're looking for a lower time frame sweep of liquidity. When you get that lower time frame sweep of liquidity, now you're looking for it to do what? Go back to the opposite side of liquidity, because what? You're anticipating a reversal, right? So when you see that sweep of liquidity, you're anticipating it to go back to the opposite side, right? And when price expands down to your higher time frame fair value gap, you're anticipating a reversal. You're looking for a sweep of liquidity to go back to another area of liquidity, right? So if you understand how the market conditions connect to the PD arrays, then you understand how to trade it, right? I really wish I was recording this part for a gem from the live stream. I ain't gonna hold y'all, right? Then if price is just consolidating, right? If it's just consolidating, consolidation is paired with equilibrium. So if we're in a large range on a daily time frame, like we are here, right? We're anticipating when we get to the top end or the bottom end of that range, we're anticipating price to come back to the middle. Why? Because consolidation is paired with equilibrium. So if we're anticipating price to come back to the middle of the range, right? Now, when price starts to expand toward, let's just say, a discount imbalance, right? We're now anticipating it to reverse. Why? Because we're anticipating it to come back to the middle. So now since we're anticipating it to reverse, we can look for a manipulation of sell side, because we're expecting price to reverse and come back toward the middle, and so it can give us a target of some type of buy side liquidity to shoot for, going back to that equal. Man, y'all don't hear me.
Let him cook! I said let him cook!
Y'all don't hear me. I really wish I was recording that part for a gems from the live stream. I really do. I really do. Is there anybody that's confused? Hey, look, I'm going into the abyss. Look at that. You see that? Man, I really wish I would have recorded that piece for gems from the live stream. That was good. Is there anybody who found value in that little segment that we just went through? Anybody? Yes, no, maybe so.
Yeah, that was good, Tim. That was good.
I appreciate it.
Recorded it too.
I appreciate that, C-Walk, but C-Walk, I can't. You say everything good, C-Walk, so I can't take your word for it. Everything can't be good. C-Walk, oh yeah, that was fire. Oh yeah, that's good. Oh yeah, that's fire. That's good. Oh yeah, I know that's fire. That's good. Everything can't be good. Everything can't be good. I missed that. Gotta rewatch that. Didn't quite catch it. I need to hear it again. Oh, I took that off. I hit you with that. That's what you gonna get.
Oh, no. No.
All right, y'all. As we drop down into our intraday time frames, right? We're gonna squanch up the chart here. As y'all can see, there are some boxes on my chart. But I wonder why those are there. Like, wonder why them on my charts. Seemed like the algorithm was really paying attention to those boxes. Do y'all think I drew them boxes in after all this price action happened, like, this right here, this is the candle that started at 6 o'clock tonight, and it dropped down into that same box, and it had like a little, let's see, if I click there, that's like a 67-point reaction off of that box right there. 67-point reaction off of that. Is there something magical about these drawing tools that I be using? Now, when we started at 6 o'clock, right? Even if I drew this in, when we started at 6 o'clock, price was all the way up here. So why would I even draw that there? And then if I drew it at 6 o'clock when we opened, right? The only thing price was doing was like kind of consolidating inside this range. It was like you could see like the bodies are really like sticking around the consequent encroachment of that range. They're like, we closed a little bit below it, but then we got right back above it, and we stayed above it, and then we closed right there at it at the end of the day. It was like, you know what I'm saying? It's just reacting to, for some reason, the midpoint of this box that I drew, right? But there's no algorithm. So how can I know to, out of all these red candles, that's all we got red candles inside here, 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 but I only drew 2 red candles right there. And for some reason, the algorithm is really paying attention to those 2 boxes that I drew. Right. And then for those who can't see the wick, let's make sure you can see the wick. Right? For some reason, it's really paying attention to those boxes. Now, let's take a deeper dive into this. All right, let's take a deeper dive into this. If you was on the pre-market analysis and the tape reading stream, right? If you part of the gang, you already know why those boxes are there, and you already know why we picked them out, right? Now, if you've been tapped in to any of the live streams that we've been doing for a while now, how long have we been talking about these first imbalances? Who can give me a ballpark? You can either just say a long time, but can anybody give me like a ballpark of how long I've been hammering home these first imbalances? I know here to learn and share take detailed notes, so she probably trying to type something in the chat, but it is Wednesday, so she probably sitting on the back pew, you know what I'm saying, at Third Baptist, AME, CME, Hold My Mule, Apostolic Kojic, Church of God in the Living Christ. She on the back pew right now. What'd you say, C-Walk?
I say it's been at least about a couple months, man.
Yeah. We've been really hammering these first home, right? Because ever since Michael shared that gem about the inversion fair value gaps. Now, if you go back a few years, if you real gang, you'll remember that I said Michael is always talking about the first something. So I apply that to everything. I'm looking at that first fair value gap. I'm looking at that first this. I'm always looking at them first. And when he dropped that gem, that first was part of the criteria for his inversion fair value gap, right? Everything that we was already looking at, it just kind of unlocked a little bit, right? and it gave me Ant-Man vision. Right? I could actually look through the candles without the assistance of Ant-Man when it all aligned. Right? You know, when you go to the what you call it is the optometrist, the eye doctor. When you go there and they have a thing in front of your face like this, it'd be like little thing be looking like this. You be looking through the little thing like this. Then they go, what's better, 1 or 2?
Yeah, 1 or 2.
What's better, 1 or 2? Right? So when he said that, it was like, what's better? 2, it's 2. You know what I'm saying? So if you notice, right? If you notice, when we squanch up the chart right here, right? We squanch the chart up, right? Because it's all about the order flow and the price delivery before anything, right? So we squanch the chart up and we can see that overall, right, price is in this buy program, right? If we squanch it all the way up, we can see that this is the beginning of this entire run up right here. And we are resting in an extreme premium of this is what we said we was up here just consolidating. So you can see it a lot better on the intraday time frame because it actually looks like we're consolidating. Right? On the daily time frame, it just looked like a couple candles. So you'd be like, oh yeah, it ain't yeah, but we're consolidating up here, right? And we're up here in this extreme premium. Okay, so inside this consolidation, right, we're in a short-term sale program. Right? We're in a short-term sale program. Tim, why do you say that? Right? Because we were going up. Right? All of this right here is a buy program from there to there. Overall, we're still in a buy program. So when you get your magical Fibonacci tool, right? Right? You're looking at it like this right here. This right here is our latest expansion, right? Of our overall range, right? Down there, there's our smart money reversal, right? We're going up. Let's go for the people who can't see it. All right, come back here. Remember, that was our low. That was our smart money reversal down there. And this right here, that's our latest expansion. You see how we never retraced. From here, we've never retraced, right? And then looking at it on the intraday time frame, you see how price is consolidating right there in the middle, right? Now you see that's the low right there. That's the high right there. Where the price consolidate right here. Now just imagine when you're watching price run like this right here, right? Just imagine if, right, price is going to look like that. Price is going to look like this right here at that time. That's what price is going to look like, right? Now you're starting to see it. Which one? With 1 or 2? 1 or 2, right? So price is running, starts to consolidate right there, and then where did it go to? It went all the way up there, and once it got up there, right, made that peak, right? It made that peak. What did it do? It went into a short-term sale program because we started to respect bearish order flow right here. All right, so right now we're in a short-term sale program. All right. Now, inside that short-term sale program, right, let's stretch it back out. Right, inside that short-term sale program, that's our high, that's our low, right? Right, so this is our bearish dinner range that we're in for this short-term sale program because we're respecting bearish order flow, right? And then as you see here, we come down here, boom, right? We retrace back up here. Where do we go? We go back to that SIBI right there. What SIBI is that? That's the first SIBI that was created on this move down after leaving this balanced price range. what's up here? Trap traders, right? Wake up, right? Quick little manipulation of buy side, come down, buy side delivery, sell side delivery, leave that range, balance price range, right? So we come back up into our premium PD array, the first SIBI that was created, right? On this move down away from there, right? And then when we come here, price drop down again there. So for this piece of price action right there, right? That was our first SIBI right there, right? Now, this is where price opened up today, right? Let's come back here. Let's get today off of there. Get out of there today. Right? That's what price opened up today, at 6 o'clock. That was the 6 o'clock open right there. Right? So, coming into today, right? This is where we're starting at, right? This is yesterday's high. This is yesterday's low, right? This is our current dealing range, right? Current. Yesterday, dispensation in time that the algorithm understands. This is a algorithmic current dealing range because this is a set of trading hours that the algorithm understands. That's the highest high, that's the lowest low inside this daily candle, right? So here's our daily dealing range as we start the day off, right? So this is our current dealing range, right? And this right here, right, is the overall portion of this dealing range right here outside of that balanced price range. Okay? Balanced price range, highest high, lowest low after that. So this is the overall dealing range excluding the balanced price range. And this is the entire dealing range that we're in. All right? So now, using the area, the highest high that has manipulated buy side down to the lowest low, this is the very first bearish PD array created in this entire range. Right? The very first in this entire range. Okay? Now, what's up with this one? This is the very first in our current range, current price action. This is our current dealing range right here. This is the first in our current range. This is the first in our entire range. Because I know people are probably thinking, Tim, why'd you skip that one? That's the little boy in the middle. It's not that he's not important, but that's just the little boy in the middle. So we're looking at the first overall, and we're looking at the first from our current dealing range. And then when we see what price did today, right, we can see that price drew up into the first of our current dealing range. Dilly dally, dilly dally, dilly dally, dilly dally, right? And then drop down here, right? This is on the 10 o'clock candle. Drop down, coming down into that BISI, right? Remember what we were just talking about with the I closed out my what's the name? Right? I closed out my PD array. But looking at this 10 o'clock candle, that's the 10 o'clock open right there. Price expand to, right, price retraced into a fair value gap. That retracement was a type of expansion, right? That expansion came down, right? We have an order block here, right? We have an order block there, right? But we're just gonna look at this order block there, right? It expanded to the order block, right? We're Inside, remember we said the 15-minute had got a bullish break in market structure back here. We talked about that on the thing. We said be careful. The 15-minute has a bullish break in market structure, so Phil can utilize this to push price higher because the 15-minute has had a bullish break in market structure, and we're in the discount of our range. We're in the discount of this range. We're in the discount of this range, right? So we retrace to a fair value gap. We expand to an order block. We anticipate price to reverse because we got a bullish break in market structure, right? So we come down, taking out liquidity, right? We have different stages of liquidity over here that we talk about. You got your pre-market low, your pre-market high, right? So we trade down through manipulating sell side liquidity. We anticipate a reversal, so it reverses and go back to the buy side liquidity. Once it goes back through the buy side liquidity, we got some liquidity over here, we got some intraday liquidity, all that stuff there. We move back up into, right, another first, right? We peak above consequent encroachment, right? We get up here, we close above consequent encroachment, and then we start using it as support, right? Yes, we do. We dip down into that fair value gap there and close slightly below it, but we quickly come back to the low and close back above it, right? So now we're using it as support, right? Trade up here above that high, and then we drop down, drop all the way back down, and come to some place that's just totally ambiguous. No, it's not, right? We're right back down here to this inversion. It's the first, and this move down right there and had a nice discount sensitivity off of that right there. So based off of understanding what price did over here, right, we have some very high probability PD arrays that you can make trading decisions off of on your intraday basis and do it with a high degree of accuracy.
Let him cook! I said let him cook!
Y'all do me a favor, hit a like for the algorithm and subscribe to the channel if you ain't subscribed. Somebody said you used the 8th grade from the previous daily range. I didn't grade anything today, but you could grade it, right? So if we put it into the 8th grade here, right, you can grade it there. And if you notice, right, that PD array is in line with a bus stop right there, right? That's in line with that upper quadrant right there. Okay, if we come over here, we have a bullish fair value gap right here. That's in line with that quadrant. We drop down into that fair value gap right there. It's in line with that quadrant, right? These bus stops are very, very important, right? When you see these PD arrays that's lining up with these bus stops, right? Even this right here, this is the first BISI that was created on this little move right here, right? That BISI is in line with that quadrant right there. That yes, the upper quadrant right here, right? Look at the sensitivity of price at that upper quadrant right there, right? And that BISI, that reclaimed BISI, right, is right there, right? A lot of sensitivity right there, that upper quadrant. That BISI is there. That BISI is there. These wicks that's doing this damage coming down into that BISI right there. Let me draw out that wick in case y'all can't see it. That wick right there that's doing that damage, right? That wick coming down doing that damage right there, right? It's trading right there inside of that BISI right there, right? In line with that octant right there. All right, so you can utilize the quadrants, right? What's going on, Lump? You can utilize the quadrants or the octants to help you identify important PD arrays also, right? Because the algorithm is going to put them at these bus stops because the algorithm already knows what the bus stops are based off of that high and that low. Right? Based off that high and that low, these octants and quadrants are just giving you a fine-tuning ability, whereas I'm just looking at the first here and the first there. Right now it's giving you the ability to fine-tune in between all of this stuff right here. Right? It's giving you the ability to fine-tune and, like, you know, really dial in your entries. All right. Anybody got anything before we drop down into the New York session? If y'all getting anything out of this, man, y'all do me a favor and hit a like for the algorithm and subscribe to the channel if you ain't subscribed, and share this out with somebody who you think might get something out of it, man. I feel like we cooking. Y'all feel like, anybody think we cooking? Anybody feel like we cooking? I see somebody put a little shelf in the what's up, Felicia? When you pulled up in here? Gratitude. Did that help out any when you asked the question about did I use the apes? I know you was asking like if I used the apes, that's why I was picking them out, but did that help out with like I wish I could like more than once. Do they have like the little heart thing in the corner? I be looking at people live streams and they be having like little hearts that be like floating up in the corner over there. Do they have like the little heart thing where you can like make the little heart go up on the side? Like that, I just saw it. I just saw it right there, the little heart thing. The little heart. Bloop, 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 bloop. Yeah. Yeah, that right there, that little thing. Yeah. That's how you can do it. You can do it like that. You can like more than one. Yeah, I see it. You can like, you're doing like the heart in the celebration, right? 100. Yeah. You say you wish you could like more than one time. So just, you know, hit the little heart. Right? Hit the little heart. That's how you can do it. All right, man. We're going to move on. All right. Y'all know I like to turn on my ability to see the New York price action right off. For those who don't know, what the intraday time frame, I mean the New York session part of it is, we're looking at just price, what happened during the New York session, right? And as you see, this is what I marked out during our pre-market analysis. With the addition, the only thing I added, it's too much going on right now. I'm hide this. The only thing I added after we got off, I think I added this minor buy side liquidity line here. I added this wick on that 15-minute candle, right? That consequent encroachment of that wick, and I added that buy side liquidity up there. But the rest of the stuff is from I put in this 15-minute later, but that's the same. If you notice, right, this is pretty much the same area as that 60-minute right there, right? So the 15-minute is from this price leg right here, and the 60-minute is here, right? So, and the reason why I did it like this is because there was no there is a SIBI here, right? There is a SIBI there, but there's also a huge BISI right here, and then Michael puts, remember he says he puts the sensitivity on the imbalance on the left side, right? So because there's a SIBI here, right, I'm looking at that larger BISI that's on the left side of the price action for the sensitivity, and it's inside that higher time frame SIBI, right? So that's why. And I don't think I had that there during the analysis. I think I put that in there later once I started trading. Maybe didn't. Maybe I didn't. What did I have that there? Was that there during the tape reading session? I can't remember. I think it might have been there during the tape. Let me see. 11, nah, 10. Nah. It probably wasn't there during the tape reading session, because when price got up there, that's around 10:30, 10:45, and we probably had to stop by then, right? So that's the stuff I added. Now, our New York session here. Let's put it back on. This is the pre-market open, right? We'll go here at 7 o'clock. So our pre-market open, and then this is our 4 p.m. close right there, right? So that's the dispensation in time that we're looking at, right? To zoom out, the liquidity pools, right? This right here was the buy side liquidity that I had marked out. We never quite got into it, right? And this was the minor buy side liquidity that I had marked out, right? Above what we had already marked out during our pre-market session, and based off of the bullish breaking market structure on the 15-minute time frame right here, right? I think that's where it was, somewhere, I can't remember, right? We pointed out the fact that we had got a bullish breaking market structure here. I think it was, yeah, right there, right? We got a bullish breaking market structure over there. It was like, we can keep going up, right? And so that's why I had that as the draw, that as the minor buy side. Like, what's the difference between the buy side and the minor buy side? The minor buy side is nothing more but internal liquidity, right? This is an internal liquidity pool that you can sweep and then maybe get a retracement, right, outside of your full-on draw on liquidity. All right, outside the full-on draw on liquidity. Okay, so those are the liquidity pools. Now let's spread it back out to that New York session. Okay, now we did a whole lot after 4 o'clock. Whole lot after 4 o'clock. This is after 6 o'clock, but right. So this is our pre-market high. This is our pre-market low. Okay. Now, looking at what price did. Let's see what price did. Remember what we said here. Let me change the color of this wick now. All right, that's our wick there. Cause you know sometimes you can't see them wicks. I'll be having to show the wicks that's doing something. Right. We got a lot of wicks this morning. Y'all see, I don't have that thing wicked. Right? That thing wicked. Okay. Now, all right. Remember we said, who remember what we said about price when it was dropping down right up in here, right, during this time frame? Remember this, that 10 o'clock candle. Remember we said about that 10 o'clock candle dropping down, right? We said it was dropping down into what? Right, what do you remember what we said it dropped down into? Who remember what it dropped down into? Talk to me. What did we say it dropped down into? Oh my God, everybody quiet. Everybody quiet. The first BISI that was created in this expansion up right here, right? This is our 12 o'clock. Why is that not on the, why is that moved? How did that get moved? Get on there. Right, this is our 12 o'clock. So after midnight, right, this is our expansion up. This is that first BISI right there as we're leaving this area, right there. That also, remember what we said when we put our octans on there, we said this was in line with one of those quadrants or the octans. The algorithm will show you important PD arrays, right? That was one of them, right? When we have mapped out our previous daily range, right? Yeah, let's go. Right there. That octant right there, previous daily range, that octant right there, that fair value gap, okay? Now, that's a 60-minute fair value gap, right? Fine tuning. Remember we said, right here, we opened up here, price. Now, we talked about this on the stream. It looks like price opened, dropped down, rallied up, and closed up here. Nah. Price didn't do that. Price opened and rallied up, failed to reach that high, right? Stopped, didn't reach that high, traded up into this rejection block right here, traded all the way down and took out the pre-market sell side, right? Traded all the way down, took out the pre-market sell side, and then rallied all the way back up and closed all the way up here. So this right here may look like the perfect power of 3 candle where we opened, made a low, traded up, and then closed off the high. That ain't what happened. We traded up first into the rejection block, came down, took out the liquidity, traded back up, and closed up here. All right. Now, once we did that, right, what do? We went and we engaged the opposite side of price. Let's go down. We're just going to go down to the 1 minute time frame so we can see all of the details of the price action. All right. Because we want to talk it right. Right. We want to talk it right. Okay. So this is our wick. That wick belonged to somebody right here. Okay, so that's that. That was that right there. Okay. That there. And then that belongs there. Right? That was the wick that came all the way down there, which I don't need down here anymore. Green. All right. So down here, this is that wick right there on this time frame. Okay. So again, 9:30 here, as you see, price opened at 9:30. Remember we said it came up into the rejection block, right? Then it came back down here, made that low, and then it came back up here and closed right there. Right? That's that first 15-minute candle. Up, down, up, and close right there. That's that first 15-minute candle. Okay, now that we've swept sell side liquidity, remember we say let the algorithm create a range, let it engage with one side of the liquidity. Yes, we went up first, but we came down, engaged with the sell side liquidity, right? And then we came back up, right, and engaged the opposite end of the range. Right, so it created the range, engaged the sell side, right? When you're in a buy program, you're bullish. Remember we said the 15-minute had a bullish break in market structure, so you're watching to see if that 15-minute is going to continue bullishly, right? So you want to see a sweep of sell side first, swept the pre-market sell side, right? Traded back up into the pre-market buy side, create a range, engage one side of the liquidity, and then boop back to the opposite end of the liquidity. All right. Now we're still chopping and slopping, right? We're still chopping and slopping. So when price We take out that liquidity, right? We get this expansion all the way back down into the order block, right? When we got these deep retracements inside this high resistance liquidity run, we expecting price to come back to the order block. We get that expansion back to the order block, right? Boop, back down to the order block. All right, now this is our first presentation right here, right? This is our first presentation right there, that 935 candle, right? It's a bearish fair value gap. Now, because we're in a buy program, right? How do you want that to be used? What do you notice about this first presentation, right? It's the first SIBI that's created on this move down to engage that sell side liquidity. What do we say one of the criteria for the inversion was? Being that first. We got that first SIBI, right, coming down, taking out this liquidity. So since we're bullish at this time, because the 15-minute has a bullish break in market structure, we want to see this be used as an inversion fair value gap, right? This is our first presentation. When we come back down into the order block, remember we got that expansion all the way back down into the order block. What does price do? It starts to respect consequent encroachment of that first presentation, right? It's defending the upper half, right? What is this defending of the upper half signaling? That's signaling heaviness in price, right? Why? Because it can't get back above consequent encroachment. That's showing heaviness in price. Okay, the algorithm is very, very tricky, right? It's showing heaviness in price to entice people to think, oh, we're about to sell off, right? We're about to sell off. And then notice, right, when we come over here, right around this area here, this is the end of this right here, is the end of the macro time. Right? Where's my thing at? Oh, I'm on the wrong one. Right here. Right? Macro window. Boop. 950. 950. Uh-oh. 950. Over there to 1010. Right. All right, so that's our macro window right there, right? So inside our macro window, right, what's the macro job? To spool towards liquidity or imbalances that have not been touched, right? So we start to spool down, right? But we don't make it to the liquidity, right? We don't make it to the liquidity. Started spooling down, don't reach the liquidity. Come back here, start to respect consequent encroachment of the inversion fair value gap, right? So making price look heavy, all right? As soon as we end the macro time, right, what does price do? We drop and take out the sell side liquidity, right? So now what just happened? Anybody that's looking to trade a breakout, right? Anybody that's bearish, they're waiting for price to break that low right there, right? They're chomping at the bit, waiting for price to break that low, because price is not willing to continue higher, right? Every time we go up, we went up, reject back down, went up, reject back down, right? Consolidating, refusing to continue higher, right? So anybody that's bearish is waiting for a breakout of that low right there. Everybody and their mama hollering, hey, if we get a break of 29,000, 23 and a quarter, it's downtown, we go. Okay? Price drops down, hits that low, trips in shorts, right? But where is it going? It's going to a higher time frame imbalance, right? What is connected to imbalances, right? What's connected to imbalances? Deborah, talk to me. What's connected to imbalances?
Let's see, imbalances, retracement, right?
There you go. Retracement. All right.
Yes.
When we came up here, what is this right here? That's a retracement, right? We expanded up and we retraced back down, right? While we're retracing right here, right? Remember we said over here, in high resistance, we expect price to expand all the way back to the order block. Why? Because expansions are paired with order blocks, right? Right? Because when you expand, that's how you create the order block, right? So it expands back to the order block and it retraces back to the imbalance, right? The higher time frame imbalance, right? This is the fine-tune imbalance. Remember, shout out Gratitude that asked about the octants. This is your hourly imbalance that's in line with that octant right there. We retrace back into that imbalance. Now, right, what are we? We're bullish, right? We're bullish. What are we looking to buy off of? Our first presentation. Since we want to buy, because remember we said we want to use this as an inversion fair value gap. So when price came down here and it was stuck below it, right, we didn't care about this. We said, okay, price just staying heavy right now. That's fine, because we want to use this as an inversion fair value gap. But before we buy, what do we want to see? We want to see a manipulation of sell side. So price drops down and manipulates sell side. Once it manipulates that sell side, this retracement retraces into a fair value gap or an imbalance. Now that we've manipulated this sell side and we've hit this, we've retraced to this imbalance, right? Now, what are we anticipating right here, right? We're bullish. We're anticipating what? A reversal, right? Reversals are tied to liquidity pools, right? Where's our liquidity pool? Right there, right? So if we took out this low, right? Remember, let it set a range, right? Remember we talked about on the stream, we said that we took out the pre-market high and low. This was our new range. This is the low of the range. This is the high of the range, right? We engage the low of the range. We're anticipating a reversal. Where's the liquidity pool? The high of the range. What does price do? Boom! Hit that high of that range. What do we want to buy off of? Our inversion fair value gap, that first presentation. What does price do? Retrace back down into that first presentation, and then we go up.
Let him cook! I said let him cook!
Y'all do me a favor, hit like for the algorithm and subscribe to the channel if you ain't subscribed. I can't keep doing this. I can't keep doing this. Who was on live stream day when I told y'all this was our new range right here? When I remember we was on live stream, I said this is our new range. I said we done took out the low and the high. This is the new range right there. Who remember that? Anybody that was on the live stream, y'all remember that? Was you on the live stream today, Deborah?
Yeah, I did a thumbs up.
Oh, you did a thumbs up. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, I just wanted to make sure, because, you know, sometimes people think us ICT traders be capping. I'll be watching D Money on PW channel, and this morning PW was doing the morning stream today. D Money be doing the afternoon stream. Man, PW, he made me so mad. I got off the stream. I left. This dude, as soon as I turned it on, the first thing this man said was, I just want to check the IQ of them ICT traders. I don't know what he was talking about beforehand, but as soon as I turned it on, he was like, I just want to check the IQ of them ICT traders. He was like, these people got to be Neanderthals if you believe this stuff. I was so pissed off, I immediately left the channel. I started to unsubscribe. The only reason why I didn't unsubscribe is because I rock with D Money. D Money, he cool people. He don't have no beef for nobody. He bring the kind of energy to the trading space that the trading space need. He don't care what you trade. He don't care what you do. You know what I'm saying? As long as you make money, you fine. But this joker, I was like, just because you got this disdain for Michael Huddleston, why do you have to disrespect me as an ICT trader? If it works for me, just because you don't take the time to learn the material, or you think it's just rebranded, you think it's rebranded because you listening to what other people say and you're not taking the time to study it for yourself. Right? But I got to be a Neanderthal because I don't trade. I don't understand bear flags and bull flags. Yeah. D Money don't never cuss. He don't never, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if he cussed outside of stream. He never cursed. He never rude. He never, you know what I'm saying? Cool, calm, and collected. But that doggone PW, I can't watch the stream when he be on there. And if he having a bad day, everybody getting banned. If he spiraling, because he be spiraling out of control all the time because he don't want to be wrong. He get into a position and it's not going in his favor. He start adding to it, trying to average his way out of the trade. You know what I'm saying? But if he blowing up evals and blowing up funded accounts and having a bad day, oh, you mess around and say something in the comment, he gonna ban you from the channel forever. But long as he having a good day, you can say whatever you want to say in the comments. But he have a bad day, you mess around and ask a question, you getting banned forever. I can't watch it when he be on that, man. I just like to watch trading channels. You know what I'm saying? I used to watch Trader TV Live, and they trade stocks. They don't even trade. There's one person on there that used to trade futures, but they trade. I just like watching trading channels. You know what I'm saying? Because I just like this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I like to get in the chat and you know chop it up in the chat with people and stuff like that. But yeah, I needed to be good energy, man. Did y'all get anything out of today? Did y'all
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All right, man. Do anybody got anything for me before I get out of here? Y'all do me a favor, hit a like for the algorithm. Subscribe to the channel if you ain't subscribed. Share this out with somebody who you think might get something out of it. I haven't been dropping any gems from the live stream. Y'all know the other day I was pissed. I was 38 hot. I said I ain't gonna get on YouTube no more. I'm tired of talking to one person. tired of taking my time to sit up here and talk to one person on YouTube. I ain't been dropping no gems from live stream.
No. Oh no. No.
What in the haberdashery and
I
hemoglobin?
was saying that
That's the
no.
other thing you be using, Tim.
You be using it.
Yeah, you be using that, Tim.
No.
No.
Kind of like Michael Jackson. So,
No.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No. No.
I ain't know what was going on. I heard no. You gotta come in with it right. You gotta go, oh no. You came in on the wrong cadence. Are you ever going to release the stream from last Friday? The stream, is that the one when I got mad and took it offline? Is that the one when I got mad and took it offline? Let me see.
mad about what you was mad about. What you was just saying now, nobody being in the
Yeah, it was like one person. I was like, I'm doing all this for one person. I ain't getting on YouTube no more. Let me see if that's the one. Let me see. Hold up. Your videos. All right. We got going on here. Live streams. You said Friday? Let me see. Unlisted. Private. May 15th. What's that? What was that? Yeah. That's it. That's the one. May 15th. That's the one. It was like, it say private. Let me see. I'll put it back public now. There you go right there. Okay, it's back public now. It's back public for Friday. I can't remember what I was talking about on there, but it's public now. It's public now. Oh, speaking of the what's name, since I'm in here, you know what I'm saying? You know, it'd be haters. Want to, play slicky boy and keep it strong. What time you get off? All right, see you later. That nigga got attitude with me. Why is my screen blurry? Price. Right, we're looking at this reclaimed Bessie here. How does price treat
What's
that?
going on?
Right, let's see if we stay. I think it's like earnings. Take that and keep an eye on how
I know it's probably real low.
Bill treats this here. Right, we're looking at this reclaimed.
Nah, it ain't low. We ain't clear.
How does price
Okay.
treat that? Right, we have a larger, more prominent first Bessie, right, on this move right here. Right?
Oh, look at that. I even talked about that Bessie.
So,
I didn't even realize I had talked about that Bessie.
right.
Remember, that's the hourly
This is
Bessie right
first
there.
Of the move.
I didn't even realize I had talked about that
Pronounced
that
first
morning.
hourly time frame now.
Man, why does he keep doing that?
Bessie and a Sibby in this area right here. Right there. Right. And those are the PD raid.
All right. I'm just trying to find the...
Pretty much close to consequent encroachment after trading. Right.
There you go, right there. That's it.
Then we came back now for that. Watching this 15-minute wick also. Just notice we got a 15-minute wick there. We came back down into that 15-minute. Okay. Here, this Sibby right here, if price is going to stay heavy, you want to see this Sibby keep price down. Right? But if it's not going to stay heavy, we're just going to chop and slop in this range and stay bullish, right? You'll want to see price push through this Sibby right here, right? So if price is going to stay heavy and see, looking, and the reason why I say if is because right now on the 5-minute, we're just chopping and slopping. On the 15-minute, we're still in that range. We're still chopping and slopping, right? 15-minute, we took sell side, took buy side, right? So now for the pre-market range, right, we've now created, right, a new dealing range based off the pre-market range, right? And we're in the discount of that range right now, right? That Sibby right there is...
Let him cook! I said let him cook!
Man. Y'all do me a favor, hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel if you ain't subscribed. That was from this morning. But before price even did anything, that was from this morning. And then now, as we went back and we reviewed price, right? You see, there's the new range. That's the high. That's the low. We said the pre-market, we created a new range, right? That's our high. That's our low. We manipulated the sell side. We hit the imbalance. We retraced to the imbalance. We manipulated the sell side. We expecting a reversal because we're bullish. Reversed back to the buy side liquidity. We want to buy in a discount. Where do we want to buy? That first presentation, we talked about that. What did price do? Retrace back down into that first presentation. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Boy, look at him. If you can't see it, I can't show it to you. Uh-oh, I think I closed my YouTube. Oh, no, I didn't. I ain't close it. Did you get it? Did you get it yet? Ooh, my secret. Hey, man. Say, what's up? What's up, AJ? It's got gems released, please. Do I have anything from Friday? Let me see. I don't know if I recorded anything from Friday. Let me see.
Hey Tim, somebody had asked was that CERD or SIR?
That would be 2 R's because we consolidated, expand, reverse, retraced, and deliver, right? So we consolidated, expand, reverse, retrace, and deliver. Right? Because we was here, right? This our new range. We consolidating, we expand, manipulate sell side, we reverse, take out buy side, retrace, give the opportunity to buy in a discount, and then deliver. CERRD.
Yeah, that's what they said. That was on YouTube side.
Yeah. Videos. Okay, 15. Yeah, I was recording some stuff over there on the 15th. 15. It's different stuff recorded. I don't know. I ain't none of this stuff right here edited. So I don't know. I may or may not drop them. The live stream there, so I probably won't go back and drop them. I'll probably just do the ones from today, because I got videos from the 15th, got videos from the 18th, then I got videos from today. Alright. Hey man, it was good, went over divergence, etc. Outlet first. Okay. Getting ready to get out of here, man. Remember, this right here being brought to you by the magical Fibonacci tool. Trading secrets that feel illegal to know. You feel me? Right? If this what it's gonna be, I'm gonna be dropping a link soon for those who feel like they're ready to hit the ground running. They just want the education material, let them go. The Pace Labs, you sit down with me for the first week of June, and I go through each video. In the we meet each night for the first week of June, go through each video, add my extra commentary. You can ask any questions you want to ask, right? And you keep the just the course material, but you get to sit down with me for that week. The cohort, you sit down with me for that week, just like the Pace Labs, but then you sit down with me the next following week, each night, and we go through how to actually implement it on the charts and show you how to actually do it on the charts. And you can ask any question you want, and with the cohort, you keep all the recorded material for the first week, for the second week, and the educational material, right? I'll be dropping the link for that real soon because we starting June the 1st. All right. With that, man, y'all free to go, but we're gonna stick around. Those who want to stick around and check out my son's very first short skit that he ever recorded. Oh, wait a minute. Let me show y'all. This is his most recent work. Let me show y'all his most recent work, right? That he did. His latest video that he shot. It's called Fangs. It's a rap video. If you don't like rap music, you're free to go, right? But this is his latest video that he recorded, and then we gonna get into his very first short skit that he ever shot.
I get hot too fast, don't make me wear my aim. Shot you way too bad, pull up, get rearranged. I was your blood, little bitch, okay, I show my face. Yo, I been ballin' till they cash it, keep the change. I was just bumming all day, little nigga, I had some mange. I get what I was, I get my all, that feeling strange. I'm living reckless, ho, I pull up, flip the range. Watching my turn the spotted to a range. I been hot on Linda, see wait till LaGrange. I get a green, they think I'm living in a Grange. Yeah, Chase my dreams since I was born, no, I can't change. I think I know they try to put me in a cage. I know the real niggas sleep, I feel the pain. Every day I feel the pain and I can't leave. Shawty when she give it brain, no she can't think. Pull up, yeah, I try to bang, let me get a squeeze. Wait, pockets, yeah, they feel like cake, I got bay leaves. Yellow diamonds, lemonade, and my fist sting. Check my arm, I get it paid, make my wrist sing. Blue nose and the green, let your turn the brings. From the D into the A, way I move like these. They ain't never seen the swag, niggas turn to thieves. I jump on the crowd, I go bungee. I'm getting on the mouth, hair don't scrunchy. Niggas they talking about, we go punchy. Baby, I'm from the south, don't act funny. I get it acting out, cause it run deep. Battle slim me out, she go bunny. Yeah, she keep me down like focus on me. I get hot too fast, don't make me run my aim. Shot shit way too bad, pull up, get rearranged. I was your blood, little bitch, okay, I show my face. Yo, I been ballin' till they catch it, keep the change. I was your bum all day, little nigga, I had some age. I get what I want, I get my all, that feeling strange.
That was good. He is so talented.
Hey, where's my hat looking small on my screen? Tell me it ain't on the big screen.
It's big on my screen.
It's small on mine.
It was big, but now it's small. I don't know what it-
Now mine is big. Now mine big. Look at Il Jordan. Oh man. Hey Tim, on that other video, what was that like? They was in a video game or something. I said run, and then it said you died, and where's Tim?
Tim gone.
Oh, I said I'm talking. I said yeah. I had my mic on mute. Yeah, it's based off a video game.
Okay.
Because he told me what video game it was like based off of, like with the blood exploding in the ground and then you died and all that. And but you ain't hear your nephew talk about some I'm from the South. Don't make me act something. Then he was like somebody the way he act, it run deep. Talk about some it run. It run deep. Like I said, oh, so what you feel? It come from a long line of hitters.
It's lunatics.
All right, do it look big on y'all on Zoom now?
Yeah, I hit play. We'll let you know. But yeah, I think so.
I'm sharing the screen.
Yeah. Where's my hat? Yeah.
Yeah, it's big.
Okay.
Miniature Il Jordan right there, man.
Well, little bitty. That's Wop's son right there. He grown too. We're laying out his Georgia fit, bunk bed and all.
Man, not that Rockaway hat is.
I wonder where's my hat.
I wonder where's my hat.
Have you seen my hat? Is it on your head? No. It's probably outside on the grass. Oh yeah.
Look at the siding.
Roger, where's my hat? I need my hat. Calm down, AJ. We'll find your hat.
And then that little music that's playing in the background, he made that music.
There it is.
Look, you see that note on the door right there?
Yeah.
That's the infamous "Do Not Disturb" note that was on the door.
You're supposed to play that the one the lituation. I forget the name of
The
it.
lituation. Oh yeah, I think he took
Yeah.
that down. I think he took it down. He was
Nah.
embarrassed about that. He told
What?
He said it was cringy because he was younger back then. He took it down.
Man, that was a good one, man. That was a good one.
Where? It's up there on the ceiling fan. How did it get up there?
Yeah. If you bitty boat, we are getting boat. We are crash boat, keep the crash boat. Keep that boat if you beat the boat. Crash the Lord, crash the Lord, crash the
That back when he was still thinking about the Lord, because he saw some praise the Lord in that song there. Now he talk about
Shawty come back getting rearranged and tell the cashier to keep the change.
Tell the cashier keep the change. The way Shawty giving brain, she can't think. What that? What? He probably shower.
I thought he went to work.
He did.
He go, yeah.
What that? Hey, did you delete that We Lit video? Yeah. Man, why you deleted it, man?
He tripping.
Y'all can lump was just talking about why you deleted it, man. Why you deleted it, Water? But you still could have left it up though. Man, that was fine. I wish I had it on my. If I had it on my computer.
I want to say, I thought you would have a copy of it.
Nah, I ain't, I done switched a lot of stuff and I ain't got like all them old drives no more. All that old stuff was on them old drives. All right, man. Appreciate y'all for hanging out with me. Going down memory lane, my proud dad moment. Tomorrow, what's tomorrow? Thursday? We ain't got nothing tomorrow. Tomorrow my off day. Tomorrow my off day. I was gonna say something. If I remember it, then I don't know. Anyway, man, appreciate y'all for tapping in. Hopefully y'all got something out of this, man. If you didn't, I'll try my best next time. But until the next time, I decided to get on Al Gore's internet and share my thoughts on this thing that we call price action. It's your boy, Timothy Lee Rogers Sr., a.k.a. Aranya Grande. That's just me, Big Spot, if you can't hablo español. Y'all be safe out in these trading streets, man. Gone.